Simon Told Helen wins a half length. Zach Manelli second.
Welcome to Greyhound Gossip.
Peaky Blinders start cheering for Tommy Shelby wins the WA Sprint Championship final.
Featuring Peter O'Neill.
Mozza moves up to Mermaid Manelli. Fab's Gem 3 deep. Here comes Fab's Gem.
Hard style Rico by 5 lengths to Simon Told Helen. Third Tommy Shelby.
This segment is dedicated to the discussion and promotion of greyhound racing.
Cindy's Oliver, Rockstar Patriot, Paul Stewart, back-to-back with Rockstar Patriot in the Galaxy.
Handsome Prince, a boulder clear, the former Tasmanian. Handsome Prince has won the $1 million chase.
And a very good morning, everyone, and welcome along to Greyhound Gossip. Big week of greyhound racing ahead of us. The Peter Thomas final on Saturday night at Cannington. And, of course, across in Adelaide, we have the running of the National Sprint and Distance Championship, a race that WA has had a very good record in recent years, including last year when Sage Tenniel was successful in the National Sprint Championship in Melbourne. Two WA runners, we'll be talking about those in just a moment. But first of all, the Peter Thomas on Saturday night down at Mandurah, where Crumble Manelli was able to hold off Shy Emoji in the opening heat. Wise Barra defeated Sunset Comanche and Sunset Nightjar defeated Bungee Man. The box draw, Bungee Man in one, opening with Tab Touch at $7, Sunset Callisto $2, $34, Shy Emoji in $3, $10. Sunset Nightjar, one of a number of runners for David Hobby at $4.60. Crumble Manelli's drawn box number 5 at $4.60, has now won his last 3 in a row. Wise Barra $5.50. Sunset Comanche in box 7, $4.60. Emerald Guard $5.50. So a very open market. Equal favourites currently: Sunset Nightjar, Crumble Manelli, Sunset Comanche. 3 David Hobby trained chasers that head the market at $4.60 apiece. All eyes, though, this week are across in Adelaide, where all of Australian greyhound fraternity will be heading across to South Australia and having a look at what is going to be an outstanding series final with the National Sprint and Distance Championship and the Straight Course Sprint Championship as well. Shaun Mathieson's about to join us from South Australia, and everyone will be heading across there this week. Shaun, as I say, good morning to you. What can we expect when we land in SA later this week?
Hi, Peter. Yeah, great to be on the show with you this morning. We promoted the national championships in South Australia the first time since 2016 as iconic. And so anyone coming to South Australia, all the iconic venues are sort of filtered through the 3 or 4 days of people being here. Adelaide Oval, the wineries, all that sort of stuff. Fantastic racing, couple of venues. So, we're really looking forward to what we can present on the national stage in one of the most important weeks of racing here in South Australia and on the national calendar.
And, of course, the Sandgropers are looking to go back-to-back in the National Sprint Championship after winning in Melbourne last year with Sage Tenniel. And we've got a good record at Angle Park. Back in 1978, we won the National Sprint Championship with a star by the name of Prince of Tigers.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Western Australians have a wonderful record in the national championships. And your qualifier in the sprint series, Miss Envy, certainly put her best paw forward with a sensational trial here at Angle Park on Thursday night in conditions that probably didn't suit really quick times. She ran 30.20 and she ran a sensational 12.54 run home. And so she's really set the scene for the WA through the sprint series with that wonderful trial last Thursday night. And we also saw Weston Booney trial on Saturday morning as well. A box-to-box went very quick early, who's the qualifier from WA for the distance series. So both the WA performers are going to be really strong in the market and their form's excellent leading into the big finals on Saturday night.
I'll come back to Miss Envy in a moment. I believe Uncle Tommy, who's our other WA representative, being the Greyhound Clubs Australia wildcard, will be trialling there today?
Yeah, so Uncle Tommy will be trialling during tonight's Angle Park race meeting over the 530 metres. So we will, through our social media, put the times up that he trials and also show vision of him trialling. So, really looking forward to Group 1 winner trialling on tonight's race program with a couple of other trials. But, he'll be looking to, have a good look at Angle Park, get himself ready and for the most part, you probably need to have a look at the Angle Park venue leading into a big series, so he'll get a decent look tonight.
And, of course, I've just been messaged through from one of our listeners, Mr. Toe White, won at Angle Park as well. So Mr. Toe White and Prince of Tigers both winning their National Sprint Championship finals in Adelaide at Angle Park. The box draws made it interesting, and with Tab Touch Cluster in the sprints currently at $7, Chapel Road in 2.12. Miss Envy is currently favoured at $3 after drawing box 3. Sweet Sundown at $21. Uncle Tommy $4.50. A dual Group 1 winner. Where's Poppy $13. Might have been $4.80. And Smooth Plain, the Victorian, at $5.50. $3 favourite, Miss Envy. A lot of people were impressed with her trial. Did she run off a little bit on the first corner, and do you expect at a second look that she might be able to even go quicker?
No, I think she went around okay. She ran it off a little bit, but that's probably to be expected. I think history with trialling at Angle Park, certainly with the redevelopment and with the law system, I think the dogs tend to improve second look, go better. So I do expect improvement from her. Now, she still there's such high speed in the race, so she would still have to come out quite quickly to get that forward position. But her run home was excellent. As I said, it wasn't really favourable conditions to run super quick time. So I think that's why she was so impressive in her performance. So I do expect her to go better, but she's just got to find that position nice and early.
Okay, and your selections for the sprint before we get on to the final, of course, Uncle Tommy has drawn in box number 5. Are you going to be going the WA Stars, who currently head the market at $3.60 and $4, or are you going elsewhere?
Well, I think, Peter, just with the trials tonight, I think it's worth any, certainly have an investment if you're really super keen on a greyhound right now, but there'll be a couple more trials of performers tonight.
Yep.
So I think once they come out, that'll really sort of solidify the market a little bit more. I'm just leaning from my preference to the 7-dog Might Have Been from New South Wales, so Minnie Finn. I was really impressed with this greyhound's performance through New South Wales. The race sets up really well for Might Have Been, with Where's Poppy drawn just on the inside, and Where's Poppy, she goes really quick early and wants to get to the rail. So I think the race sets up well. If he trials good tonight, he's definitely be my on-top selection. I have Miss Envy for second. I definitely think that performance that she performed last week with a little bit more improvement, she's going to be right in the mix. And the key for her is if she can find that rail early, second or third, or even she leads through to the pen, she'll be super hard to beat. No dog's probably going to run head down if she runs 12.54. So I like those two, and Smooth Plain out of the 8, I think can perform well. I'm a bit worried because he's not going to trial for the dailies, but I definitely think it's going to be a real charge for the first turn. With Uncle Tommy, he's going to need a lot of luck, as I mentioned, with Where's Poppy. She wants to come down from out wide and has speed. So if he can perform well tonight in the trial and show good early toe, which he does have, then maybe he'll be able to push up. I'm just a bit worried he might cop a bit of pressure.
All right, and Palawa King won for New South Wales in the Stayers last year. Tornado Tears was Victoria's last winner in 18, and Reedy's runner for WA in 2019, won for Christine Bennett. The box draw, Zipping Neutron in $1, the South Aussie. West on Booney, $6. Phase Magic, $8. Auntie Virginia currently at $3.60, the Victorian. Zinfandel, $10. Valpolicella, the Queenslander, at $4 in box 6. Ritza Piper, $7, and Raiders Guide, $7. What are your thoughts on the National Distance Championship final?
Oh, Peter, I think all of our 3 finals are going to be wonderful, but if you handpick the field for a staying event, whether it's state-based or not, without Palawa King as the exception, you've got the best stayers I think the country can provide in the final. I think it's going to be one of the real highlights of our racing season.
Yep.
And I think every greyhound in this event, with the right run, genuinely believes they're a chance of winning Saturday night's event. I'm going to have to put my parochial hat on a little bit here, Peter. I'm going to put the South Aussies Infantile Trace on top. We do have a good record when the Nationals are here in SA. So for Gavin Harris, she's only had 11 or 12 starts. She only had one 700-metre performance when she won the state final, going 43.1. She trialled on Saturday morning, going 42.85. It was quite an impressive performance. There was a headwind in the home straight, so she faced that twice. So she ran the time, and she does have early speed and wants the rail. I've got her on top. I'd put Valpolicella, the $1 million chaser from Queensland, superstar, in for second. She has trialled on the track. She'll have better improvement, and I just see her being super hard to beat. And West on Booney, I'd put in for third. Drawn really well, West on Booney out of the two. I think finds the fence early, and I think only 2 700 metres this dog has had was the heat and final of the Group 1 Galaxy. So he's in good form. As I said, a good trial on Saturday morning. He'll be right in the mix. But I've got to put my SA hat on for this one, Peter.
I'm looking forward to catching up with you, Shaun. I'll be across there on Wednesday, Thursday. We've got of course, the big meeting with all of Australian greyhound clubs getting together there on Thursday with the symposium. So looking forward to that and looking forward to seeing the best that South Australia has on offer. Enjoy the week.
Thanks, Peter. Thanks for your time.
Good on you, Shaun Mathieson joining us. Let's head across to Chris Halse. He has one of the favourites, West on Booney, in the National Distance Championship final, trialling over the weekend. And Chris will tell us how West on Booney performed there. Chris, good morning.
Good morning, Pete. How are you?
Yeah, good. How are you? And how did Booney go around there at the first look at Angle Park there over the weekend?
Yeah, look, from what I'm not a Billy Whiz on their sections, but Linda flew over and trialled him. They were really happy. The trial he went 29 down the back, so box to box out the 700. So someone told me the record was 29.07 or something. So he's gone super. Just pulled up. Apparently pulled up good. Linda came home late last night, and then we fly back on later in the week. And then but everyone said he's gone super, and his sectionals compare with most anything that's gone around there lately. So. Hopefully he's up for the occasion this Saturday night, but we couldn't be any more happy the way he's going.
And he must be wrapped with the box draw as well.
Yeah, look, he rails on the corners and sort of goes 3 dogs off the fence in the straights. So he's one of those dogs. He's a professional dog, so he can show early speed and it'd be nice to see him get a card along, actually, to show him around with the SA dog and the Tassie dog look like the likely leaders going on form. But on his sections the other day, it looks like he gets a chance of leading too. So I won't know till the night on that one. But look, as long as he's competitive, we'll be happy.
And you've had some success representing Western Australia before, and it wasn't that long ago, Premium Share West on Augie, and of course you were with Paradise Street many years ago, back in the late 90s. It's a real state versus state, isn't it? A great time of the year, and you must be rapt to have a real live chance.
Yeah, look, it'd be great if he hadn't got up and something like that. Look, with Paradise Street, I think he was favourite for that one that year, and he broke down in the trial, 600-metre trial at Angle Park that night. A stopper bone tendon problem, and the good thing is we were patient. Went back the next year, wanted to hear, then went on again and ran second in Sydney the year after that. So, look, it'd be nice to win in Adelaide over the distance. It's been Adelaide's bar that one. Adelaide's been pretty good to us. I think we run a couple of placings with likes of Times Square and co. So yeah, as long as we're competitive, that's all you want to be, and if you get the job done, it's even better.
And do you and the team, how many of the team go across from WA to support the Star on Saturday night?
There's myself, Linda, Gary and Craig Weston. We're all heading over, so it should be... I've got the handling duties this time, so I'm handling up there at Northam, so that's like going to Adelaide nearly 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So, so I said, yep. Look forward to it.
I'll look forward to having a beer with you over there, mate. Good luck. Fly the WA flag well, which I'm sure you'll do. Just before you do go, King Tommy, how's he going? Is he back in work, or what's his situation? Yeah,
look, he's had 2 trials. He fought up sore after the first one, and he trialled 17.20 last week over the 300. So just it's a one step forward, 2 steps back, and then over a period of the next month or 2, we hopefully start extending him out, and then hopefully comes back. But time is the proof in the pudding with him, and we'll see how he goes over the next 2 or 3 trials.
Good on you, mate. Thanks for the update, and all the best with West on Booney. Go fly the flag for WA well on Saturday.
No dramas, Pete.
Good on you. Chris Halse joining us, and a real live chance there. West on Booney currently $6 with Tab Touch, the third favourite behind Aunt Virginia, and also Valpolicella, the $1 million stake earner in the National Distance Championship final. The favourite in the National Sprint final, of which WA won last year with Sage Tennille, of course, is Miss Envy. She trialled brilliantly, we heard, last Thursday night, and we're about to be joined by Steve Shinners, who I think is back in Perth. Steve, good morning. Sorry, Steve, good morning.
Good morning, Pete. How you going, mate?
Yeah, good. I should learn to use the desk properly. How did she trial last week, and how was the trip across to SA for you?
Yeah, look, she trialled sensational. Unfortunately, didn't have a great trip over and an even worse trip back. We got sat in the loading dock for about 4 hours, and then they took us off the plane, and we had to head back to where we were. So it wasn't the ideal preparation. They both pulled up a little distress, but yeah, hopefully we can get them back to prime fitness by Thursday, when we'd have to fly across, and yeah, see how we go.
Okay, so is it touch and go with her? How is she after a couple of days? Because she's been back for a couple of days now. How is she? Is she showing recovery signs? And are you confident that you'll be able to get across to Adelaide again?
Yeah, look, I mean, 50-50 at this stage. I mean, look, she's a lot better than she was yesterday. The other dog's taken a real dent. He's struggling. He's got a bit of a tickle of a cough and everything. And, yeah, so not the ideal preparation. But, yeah, we'll just have to take it day by day. But, yeah, dogs recover pretty quick, and as you know yourself, when you fly, sometimes you're a bit jaded for a day or two, and then you pick up. So hopefully it happens the same with her.
You'd be hoping that you can get her back to Adelaide, because she was brilliant in the WA sprint final up against some stars from WA, and then she's drawn ideally in box number 3, I thought.
Yeah, definitely, Pete. No, look, she's a very high-class bitch, and I rate her really, really well. Like, she's probably 2 or 3 lengths quicker than Electrified at the same age, and you know what he went on and did. And, yeah, just a little bit of luck with box draw, which she's obviously got a little bit this week. And, yeah, she's as strong as any dog going around as well. So if she can posse up within the first couple going through the first corner, she'll be very difficult to beat, I'd imagine. We saw what Electrified did, and it's an interesting point, because Miss America, she's been a wonderful producer. She was very good on the track herself as well, but she's been a wonderful producer. And if you have a greyhound come along like Electrified, you'd be normally content that, you know, you'd be happy just to, rest on his laurels for the mum. But now you have one that you think might even be quicker. Yeah, look, I mean, it's just being blessed there, Pete. Like, the first sort of won nearly $1 million, and at the same sort of stage of their careers, these guys are showing a little bit more potential, which is unbelievable. But still got to go on with it. But yeah, look, the sky's the limit for a few of them, and yeah, we'll just keep pushing forward, and hopefully they put their name up in lights. What do you do to try and get her to recover, and what signs are you looking for before you make a decision? Yeah, look, I mean, it's probably, hopefully she doesn't get a tickle of cough, because obviously they've sat around in a cold airport for 4 hours with no rugs on. Unfortunately, yeah, it wasn't the ideal thing. So it'll just, look, she'll tell me. She's just a bit flat at the moment. We just fluid them up well, as good as we can. And yeah, she'll probably try and give her a light gallop tomorrow morning. And if she handles that all right and pulls up all right, well, then we'll make a decision probably Wednesday or Thursday from there, and just yeah, play it by day. Not the ideal preparation. And first trip away, and to have a bad experience like that wasn't ideal. And will you be able to all go across to watch her in the final? Because you've only just recently come back from that hit and run mission up in Bali as well. No, unfortunately, Crystal can't. She's got a job commitment, so she won't be able to make it. But, yeah, hopefully a couple of the owners might be able to get across, and a couple of mates in Melbourne hopefully get across. So, but, yeah, we're just weighing up everything, and we'll probably make a firm decision on Wednesday or Thursday morning. So, see how we go. All right. We wish you all the best of luck. She's currently the favourite with Tab Touch at $3. We hope that she does recover very quickly, and we get to see the WA star. It'd be great to have 2 WA runners in the National Sprint final on Saturday night. All the best. No worries. Thanks, Pete.
Good on you. That's Steve Shinners. So that's some interesting news. 50-50 at the moment with Miss Envy because she didn't travel that well across and back. She trialled brilliantly and you would expect her to improve, but there's a bit of work for Crystal and Steve to do over the next couple of days. One man who's over in South Australia right now and hopefully Uncle Tommy travelled a little bit better. I know he's travelled already across to Queensland where he won a Group 1. He's a dual Group 1 winner and he's one of the favourites, in fact, second favourite for the national sprint at the moment, currently at $4.50 with Tab Touch, and that's Steve Withers. Steve, you're over in South Australia. How did Uncle Tommy travel across?
Hey, morning, Pete. Yeah, look, so far so good. We know dogs is a day-by-day proposition and you never know what's coming tonight. But, yeah, so far he's a happy dog and he's in a good environment and, yeah, we've had a smooth transition.
We spoke with Shaun Mathieson earlier on and he said that Uncle Tommy will trial a little bit later on tonight.
Yeah, he's due. There's a race meeting there at Angle Park tonight, so he's been over here for the weekend and settled in and acclimatised to the local customs, and yeah, we'll head out to the races tonight and get used to the kennels and the track and let him have a look around, and then we know more.
It's been a remarkable year for him already, winning the Perth Cup and then travelling up to Brisbane and winning their Group 1 as well. How do you see him at the moment compared to when he was racing in those two finals?
I think he's overachieved. I think he's done a fantastic job, and yeah, we're completely content with him. And anything from here is all bonus. So it's wonderful to have an opportunity and be here and represent WA, even if it's by the back door, via the wild card. But we're still proud to be here and excited, and hopefully he turns up and shows his best.
You know the form around Australia very well. How do you see the box draw playing out for Uncle Tommy in box 5?
Yeah, I guess you don't really want to be drawn in the middle of the field, but then everything comes down to your first step. If you execute your first step to the best of your ability, you create your own opportunity, and it probably doesn't really matter where you're drawn. But he's got speed, so yeah, that's probably up to him, and we'll find that out tonight. Obviously, every boxes and lure and noises are different, so we'll find out tonight. He really appreciates the boxes and the starting system here, and if he does, then boxes probably don't really matter too much to him. He's won a couple of times from the pink in tough races.
You've travelled across Australia with, of course, Tommy Shelby and also with Uncle Tommy. How nerve-wracking is it for a trainer when you go out to the airport, you drop the greyhound off and he or she is about to be loaded onto an airplane, and then there's a delay with the planes? How nerve-wracking is that for you as a trainer?
Yeah, it's difficult. There's a lot of things there that are out of your control with some very precious cargo that are very personal to yourself. And I know people are doing their jobs and some people are having bad days. And, yeah, things can go wrong and it can be very nerve-wracking. So it is a case of hoping for the best, and sometimes it doesn't really work out that well.
Once a dog has travelled well, like Uncle Tommy, and I'm sure Tommy Shelby did, are there ever instances where they don't travel well, and how do you recover a greyhound from that? We just heard from Steve Shinners saying that Miss Envy, she's currently 50-50 because of the fact that she didn't travel well or travel back from South Australia. How hard is it to get the greyhound back up within a short period of time?
It depends exactly on what happens, I guess, with the travel. Sometimes it's external factors like the cargo crew being a little bit rough or weather where you're landing, or a bit bumpy flight that could spook them a bit, or sometimes it's an environment where you're landing. It could be a virus or conditions that are happening locally that can upset things. But I couldn't say that you'd draw a hard line on recovering, because everything's individual and dogs are individual. So, yeah, it's up to each animal and how bad their experience was, I suppose.
Do you stay across there for the week with Uncle Tommy, or will you fly back after tonight?
Yeah, look, and again, following on from them things with travelling, we'd rather travel the least as possible. So we've flown over and we just settle in and make it home for the time that we're here and try to do our best and fit in as best we can. So we'll stay through to next weekend's race.
Good on you, mate. All of WA will be right behind you. Sharon and I will be across there, and there's going to be a big WA contingent across in Adelaide, so we'll be right behind you and the other WA runners there on Saturday night at Angle Park. Good luck tonight with the trial. Hope all goes well, and hope all goes well this week. Enjoy it.
I hope you've rang ahead and warned the wineries you're on your way, Pete.
I have. We'll be there on Thursday. Actually, Friday we're going to the winery, so yeah, if you've got nothing on, head out with us. It could be a big day. Enjoy the week.
great decision.
Good on you, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Steve Withers joining us, and we wish them all the best of luck. And let's hope that Miss Envy can recover quickly enough for Steve and Crystal Shinners. And we do see 2 WA runners across, but of course they will take her welfare into consideration first and be front and centre. A break, and then Off and Pacing with Tim Walker after this.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelpline.org.au.